Hi and welcome to Join the Chat. It's lovely to have you with us, and we've been dealing with what I call an awful story, another one of those horrible histories of what is known as the sacrifice of Isaac, when Abraham takes Isaac to offer him to God, and it's an incredibly heart-wrenching, awful story. So we've been going back and remembering the whole story of Abraham and trying to make sense of there's a whole lot of noise happening because we're doing this a bit earlier, but that's all good. But yeah, the story of Abraham and Isaac and the sacrifice involved, and trying to make sense of that story. So I've got Simon here to join the chat, which is great, and we're just going to talk about what we tried to cover this morning. Yeah. So, what was your response?
Well, it's interesting because I think we've all read that passage in the Bible, and we've perhaps heard fairly simple explanations of it being a sort of an evidence of Abraham's great trust in God, but I've never been entirely comfortable with it, and as a parent I find it really hard to relate to, and I don't really understand that it's a very sparse text in the Bible, and you just wonder about all of the other things that must have happened to Isaac. How did he respond when it became clear what was due to happen to him? Yeah. I'm not confident he would just have lain down and
just be bound.
Bound. So, so I admire. I think it's important that we do not gloss over these things and actually try and understand them. And frankly, there is lots of passages in the Bible that I'm not quite all landed on, and this may be one of them.
Absolutely, yeah. And I still, even now that I feel like I've managed to preach it in a kind of okay way, I still am uncomfortable with the story. But I think the place I landed with the reality that perhaps Abraham wasn't hearing the voice of God in that beginning, and the different terms of God used in the text, the Elohim and then the Yahweh at the end, seems to suggest that there was a different idea of God, and that early conversation was that voice of the gods that says you've got to offer sacrifice, and that was the thing of the day to show your ultimate willingness to be obedient. And then it was Yahweh that intervenes and says, no, you're not going to kill this child, and you're not going to kill the promise that I've given you. So it's that for me kind of gave it a way forward that seemed to fit with the character of God, because I struggled with the character of God in the story otherwise.
Yes. No, and it's something that we all have to do in many things in life, but taking that step back and looking at the absolute fundamentals. And I think that what emerges at the end, that voice of who God is there, and that sort of perhaps provision of the alternative sacrifice, which actually that despite all the challenges of the story, it does end in a place where you can sort of feel better about the situation. But it's interesting to a lot of the sort of heroes of the Bible, if you will, were flawed human beings. I always think of King David, and Abraham. When you hear his story and you look at the way he behaved in certain circumstances, maybe there's something somewhat reassuring about that. With these great people of God who God sort of clearly had a very close relationship with. They were not perfect people.
Yeah, and God kept pulling them back into the promise, and there's something about that says, even in my flawedness, that God will continue to keep drawing me forward, and that's quite a bit of a relief, really, that we don't have to be these perfect people, because actually the heroes of our faith weren't perfect either. Yeah. And Abraham's an interesting one because he's such across the different faiths, that Jews and Muslims are all looking to this man and from sort of different angles, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, and it's increasingly challenging too to look at the historical context of these stories. And we're seeing sort of the beginning of the Islamic faith, the introduction of of the Jewish people into their promised land, and yet for Christians too, that sort of link all the way back to the sort of foundation. It's there's a big important historical context. It's not just Christians who grapple with all of that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you, and I
thank
hope
you.
can.
That was a tough sermon, but you did a great job, and I think there is an appetite for us to look into these more challenging texts and really
and
get our
actually
heads
to
around
grapple
them.
with them.
Perhaps to accept that it's not necessarily going to be 10 or 15 minutes that we're going to solve it, but I think what this morning we did was open and start to think about some of the dimensions of it in quite a helpful way.
Yeah, and not expect that we're going to understand everything straight away either, or even maybe.
No, I think a lifetime.
Yeah, just grappling with these texts.
Yeah.
So we invite you to join the chat, and we'd love to hear what you have to think about Abraham and what you think of flawed heroes and all of that. So join the chat, write a comment underneath, and we'd love to have a chat through the week. All the best.